Hey, what's up everyone? Today's video was supposed to be kind of cool. I was really excited about it. I set out to do this video and it really didn't come out like I wanted it to. And nothing I can do about this. When I started out on all this YouTube stuff, the way I looked at YouTube wasn't probably the same as everyone else, and the way I wanted to do my channel wasn't the same as everyone else. The one thing I can say was I was always going to be really real, right? I was going to try to show y'all everything, the good and the bad, right? And let's face it, most of the time in fishing, I wouldn't say it's bad, but you fail a lot more than you succeed, right? You know, I've learned so many techniques more through failure than success, right? Figuring out when it doesn't work more than when it does. I wouldn't say this was one of those times, but what it did was it let me know that what I was doing, I think, was right. I'm not saying I was guaranteed right, but I think what I was doing was right. So I'm gonna kind of show y'all a little bit about what happened this past weekend and fishing the tournament, what went wrong, kind of what went right, and what I tried to do to fix it. Didn't really learn much, kind of. You gotta always figure out what you did learn. Like, I was hoping that I was gonna find where these fish went, how to catch them, all these different things. I didn't find that, guys. So here's what I found. I'm gonna kind of show you the steps that went along with it. Maybe y'all can get something out of it. I sure did. I look back at it now, I can sleep easier for one, knowing that what I did I think was right. And sometimes you might not win every tournament, but sometimes you just gotta figure out how to get like the most out of it, right? We kind of made our choice, and it didn't go as well as we thought we would have, but you know, that's it. I swear, on our street, we're fixing our curbs on our street, man. Like, you hear that noise? Yeah, and it's early too. This is what we go through. This is what we go through to like really learn. It's not always fun, but here it is. All right, where to begin? So we had a tournament over here. There's a video before this, and this is basically letting you know what's about to happen. And I'm so mad. I'm not really mad, I'm just really curious. I want to know what happened. I have an idea. I have an idea what I think happened to the fish, and I'm gonna go test that theory out. I'll kind of explain everything in the first video. If this is the first one you're watching, I made a video before this explaining what all happened in the tournament when I'm coming back out here, and it got me so freaking, I can't sleep, man. I had to come back out here. I had to come back out here. So it's just regular day during the middle of the week. I'm coming back out here. I'm gonna test my theory, see if I can go figure these fish out. I think I have an idea where some of them went. I know where some guys caught them, right? Or how they caught them, and I get all that. Like but there's some fish in some areas that I want to know where those fish went, because no one fished for those. No one fished for them. So no, this might be a horrible video, or it might be pretty awesome if I can figure them out. Let's go. Oh yeah, it feels freaking awesome, dude.
Like what it's probably gonna be. There, like on tomorrow.
All right, I'm showing you all this because this was just my day. I'm just telling you, yeah, this is right off the bat in the morning. I'm just gonna get hung up on everything. It's just, you know how that, it's crazy because you have this plan. You have this great plan in your head, man. And you go out there and you think it's gonna happen. And yeah, I caught some fish doing it, but I mean, it was not like what I thought it was gonna be. And I'm just showing you that, like, it's hard. like fishing's hard sometimes. It's hard to go out there and figure new things out, right? I mean, it's very easy when it all comes together, but when I've really learned some stuff, I spent a lot of days out there not catching. Like almost everything I've really done that's really paid off over the years has taken me a long time to figure out, and it's kind of really hard stuff. It's a lot of going out there. It's a lot of not getting bit.
Well, I caught a couple little small ones, but nothing like 2 spots and a largemouth, nothing big. So I didn't find them down that stretch. They obviously didn't just back off to the next ledge, which means I'm guessing they went a little bit further onto a flat. So I'm gonna go fish the next flat / point. There's a flat up here that they might have gone. It's only a couple 100 yards away. Maybe they went out there, maybe got on some brush, maybe got on a point. I'm gonna kind of go graph right out there. I don't know, like I said, I'm just gonna keep on doing this so I figure out where those fish. Like I said, there's 2 things I'm not, okay, how do I put this? I'm not going just because I might find some fish out there, right? But those might be fish that were already there. I'm trying to figure out where the fish that we had are going. I don't technically know if I can even 100% say, even if I catch fish, that those are the same fish, but that's my goal. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see maybe I can put 2 and 2 together and maybe not get 7, actually get 4. That's my goal. So I go out to this flat, and once again, it's kind of difficult. I mean, I did get some bites out here. I saw more fish where I was at here. It's still, though, same deal. I mean, catch a couple that you almost kind of think might have you going in the right direction, and you catch a couple right off the bat, and that's what I kind of did here. And I know they're not big, but a lot of times we would catch small ones and then catch a big one right there with it. So I was kind of hoping that was going to be the case. No, more of getting hung up. Really enjoyed that part of the day. And moved another spot. I moved a bunch of spots, guys. And like I said, like to get hung up today. That's what went on. Down 2 crankbaits, a jig that I've lost. Let's see what else. I've caught like 5 fish for about 6 pounds, and I might or might not have just broken off on a fish on a jig. At this point, almost impossible to tell, because I'm definitely not gonna say it was one. I was right around this big stump. I ain't found him yet, man. And I don't even feel good about, like, I know what I'm doing is probably right. I'm feeling a lot better about my decision, or me and Jason's decision, about what we did in the tournament so far, because it ain't just like freaking awesome out here. I can tell you that much. Well, I'm gonna keep this short. Not much to talk about. I had this whole game plan set up for y'all. Didn't work out so well. We had our TTO event over here on Palestine this past couple days ago, and we were on them. Like, we were on them really good. Enough to think that we actually thought we had a pretty good shot at winning, just because, put it this way, it's probably the first time in years that I've gotten off the water early. We got off the water early because, like, we got tired of showing it to them. Yeah, we shook a lot of fish off, but we accidentally caught some too. Jason had a phenomenal practice. We had 2 days of practice, Thursday and Friday. his Thursday practice was like unreal. Like he was like, man, I'm kind of done anyways. Like he could have started the tournament. And I really kind of fished a different part of the lake. That part of the lake wasn't happening. So I went to where he was at, not that close to him, but just around the next day. And sure enough, I had a 5-pounder bite of topwater. I didn't catch it, which is the funny thing is I actually caught the fish in the tournament, guaranteed. Just because of where it came from, it was about 10 feet from where it blew up, just out a little bit deeper. Caught on a swim bait. Ended up catching another 3-pounder, shook like 5 or 6 off. Caught a 7-pounder. And then kind of went, shook some more fish off. I was like, I almost went in. I was like, man, I'm gonna try a different bait. I'm gonna try the swim bait. So let's just see if I can't catch like big ones. You know, if it's like this. Sure enough, within like 30 minutes of throwing that big swim bait, I catch an 8-1. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm done. Like, he had a way better practice than that. I mean, that's how crazy his was. He was getting like 30, 40 bites. He had a 7, 8, a 9. I don't even know. Like, it was ridiculous. So we kind of, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a practice like this in a long, long time. It was like that incredible. Went to the tournament, man, and we had a really bad feeling. I've talked about this. I'm not going to get into it. I was hoping to kind of talk about it a little bit here. I wish I could tell you more about what I think, and here's why I can't. We had a bad feeling. Most people don't know. Good practices scare me sometimes. I like kind of okay practices, kind of like, you know, I just don't like phenomenal practices, like unreal practices. I made a video about this the other day, about knowing that, you know, you're probably not that good. It's probably a good day. Problem was, it was 2 good days. It was only 2 good days we got to fish. We just didn't know, but we just didn't have a great feeling. You know, we were catching them in quite a few different ways. Well, fast forward to the tournament, right off the bat, we knew if they didn't bite a topwater that morning, because the topwater bite was pretty easy. And when we went 5 minutes is all it took. Like 5 minutes, we knew that when we didn't get a bite, that doubt started creeping in. And I mean, we were right. You can say, hey, it's a bad attitude, all that stuff. It's not a bad attitude. Like, we knew. And the reason we do this is because we try to prepare, right? We try to prepare ourselves as to what to do. And this is what this video is about, like trying to prepare yourself for the unexpected. That's very, very, very hard to do. And that's what this video was going to be about. And I'll explain. We ended up doing okay in the event, right? I ended up catching 1 big one every day, like over 5. And that kind of saved us. But the bites went, no bites on topwater, never caught one on topwater. They left what we were doing. We were kind of doing a dock deal and a rock deal and some other things. I mean, you could just tell it was gone. And what he was catching them on, like what he figured them out on the best. And I'm talking 30, he thought he could get 30, 40 bites a day on it. And we never weighed one in the tournament on that bait. For 2 days, 30 to 40 a day. And then we never weighed a fish in on that bait. By the way, my old team partner, Russell, he won the event. Now, what was interesting was we were beating him after day 1. He wasn't doing all that great either. I think, and I just don't ask him, but I think he went and just changed up everything he was doing because he kind of struggled and went and did something different and caught 29 pounds. I don't know if it was like, and I know Russell well enough that, like, I mean, I've known him for like 10 years, right? Like, so we fished together a long time, and I have no problem. He might say I'm wrong, but if I ask him, I'm like, hey, it was not probably a pattern deal that much. It was probably more of a kind of rolled up on the right spot, the right deal,
and I not got lucky, that's not what I'm saying, but just like everything went right to get those couple bites to kind of like keep you interested in doing it for the rest of the day. I do not think he just caught, 35 pounders and cold 3 and 4 pounders all day long. I don't believe that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not what went on. And I know another guy who did really bad on day one, really bad, really bad. And he came back with like the third largest stringer of the day. The third largest stringer of the tournament, second largest stringer of the day, like 23, 24. We saw him. I know he was out there a little bit deeper. Now, we didn't fish deep in the tournament. There was no reason to. Like, every single one of our bites was so shallow. And, it's just, why go out there when they're all up shallow? Like, it was that easy. It was insane. But we were like, man, we couldn't tell if the pressure from the people moved them out deep or the weather, even though the weather was the exact same. Now, the only thing that was different was we had a front come in like Wednesday. Thursday, Friday was good. Saturday, every day it like warmed up a degree or two, like it was still upper 50s every morning. But it might have get a degree warmer every day. The water tip never changed. I just have to think that weather just started doing what it does this time of year. And I kind of treat this time of year like the springtime. Like, it's so volatile out there because of the changing weather, little fronts and little things like that. And they like the fronts this time of year, as opposed to it getting warm. So anyways, I go back out there and we were pretty upset, right? And we tried changing a little bit here and there, and just nothing worked. So we kind of kept on doing what we were doing. We kind of changed up a little bit how we were doing it, but not drastically. And yeah, we wanted to go out there. We wanted to go out there and fish a little bit deeper and do some different things. And we tried kind of throwing around out there here and there, right? And all I needed was one fish, just one fish to let me know to go out there. But we never got that bite. So we kind of stayed up shallow. I couldn't sleep, man. I was like, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna let everyone know I'm going back out there, and this is what it was gonna be about, was like trying to find those fish that left. Because I don't think they quit biting. I think they left. Now, that's all what I think. I tell y'all, this video is pointless. Because, man, I went out there today and I fished deep. When I say deep, it's not deep. I just fished offshore. From right where we got bit, further out, to all over. I spent some 9 hours out there. 9 hours. In a small portion of the lake to a degree. Like, I know they got caught here in this portion. I never caught a 14-inch fish today. Now, I wouldn't have done this all day long if I was just out there practicing for an event, because I would have done it for an hour or two and been like, it's not that good, and quit it. But I was like, man, it wasn't that good up shallow, so like I just assumed I don't know. But maybe I'm not that good of a deep fisherman. Heck, I don't know what to think now, because I thought I used to be able to catch pretty good deep. I mean, it's not that complicated out there right now. I never caught a fish. I never caught a fish, a keeper. I caught some spots, and then I caught one largemouth. It was okay in the morning, and maybe the morning is when I got most of my bites. And then after the morning time, it was like, it was nothing. I wish I could tell you what this video was about. It was supposed to be about me learning, going out to an event afterwards, which I haven't done in a long time. I used to do it a little bit when I was younger. And this one got to me, like it was that good. It was that good. I probably hadn't done this in like 8 or 9 years. And I was that perplexed about what went on and why they left. And I was like, man, and I knew I could go out there and like when I figured them out, I was going to be pretty mad at myself for figuring them out. Now, not so much. Not so much. I never really regretted what we did in the tournament because I knew they were leaving. And yeah, I like to go for the win, but man, none of it made sense that they just go out there and start fighting. So, I don't know, man. It was, I would like to tell you I learned something. What I learned is maybe I can't go figure that out. Maybe when it changes like that, it's doesn't mean you can go figure it out even if you stay out there. So I'm going home, tail tucked between my legs, but I can sleep tonight. I will be able to sleep because I won't be thinking about it. I won't be upset about it. I'm like, all right, yeah, we still made the right decision. You can't go win every tournament. You can go into every tournament thinking you're going to win, but you just can't. These people that talk about swinging for the fences and things like that, that's not, it's one of the dumbest things out there because it doesn't mean anything. You know, I always have a lot of people ask me, hey, like, do you go for a limit first and then go catch your big ones? No, man, I go try to catch big ones all day long. Like almost every tournament, that's what I do. I fish for big ones. I don't go around trying to catch little ones. So I don't really know what that means. So swinging for the fence to me, I mean, I'm not going to get into that because I hate that saying. I hate it because it's a dumb saying. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. In fishing terms, people love to say it. It's like their way out of not catching them. Like, oh, I swung for the fences today, that's why I did so bad. No, I mean, dude, if you go out there and just fish for normal fish, for when I say big ones, tournament winning fish, I'm not going out there for 30 something pounds. 30 pounds just happens, right? 20 pounds just happens. I just go out there to get good quality bites and get a bunch of them, get on a pattern, understand what's going on in the lake, and good things happen. That's all I've tried to do today. If I had figured that out, I had a good bag today. It didn't happen. Now granted, like I said, I didn't specifically go out there for that. I tried to make what I thought should happen. That didn't happen. Enjoy this. If nothing else, it just shows you we all have bad days. Come on, move it. We all have bad days. Now I'm gonna start yelling at people because they don't know how to drive on my way home from not catching it. Man, I gotta get me a chocolate shake somewhere.